Alright, it's that time again. Another edition of Laramay's Laugh, 7/11/2012. Alright, I've been back to work for like 3 days after taking 2 weeks off because I have to, because my union blows, asks me for the win, loss, whatever. And I decided to do a take on people you work with, also known as work personalities. You have at least one each of these people, and you'll be able to picture the exact person when you hear the definitions. Okay, but first, we gotta introduce the work personalities. We have the Socializer, the Gossiper, the Goody Two-Shoes, / the Tryhard. And then you, of course, have to have the Snitch, and then, of course, all those other people, aka the Bitch, or, if you're a dude, the Asshole. Okay. Alright, so since I haven't been there that long, I really can't be that mean. So I'm going to start with the easiest person. The person that really you don't hate, but in reality is really fucking annoying. And that person is, of course. I just think it's funny how I said of course, because you already know, out of all those people, who the most annoying person is. The Socializer. Not only are they like an ant colony, there's like one on every floor of your building, or one in every wing of your building. When they all get together, it is like Megazord on frickin' methamphetamines or crack cocaine or some stimulant like that, or like Voltron or whatever crazy robotic cartoon you've watched where like all 6 characters are really puny and weak, but together they become this full force of ear screeching, my baby, my child, my life is so boring that I bring in pictures of my dog doing stupid shit. That is the Socializer. Alright, the Socializer is the person who waits for you at your doorway of your office or classroom or whatever at like 8:30 in the morning or 7:30 or 8 or whatever, the wee hours of the morning, Monday, after you've already been partying all weekend, a bender, or staying up late because you were watching like, I don't know, frickin' David Letterman or Jay Leno, or crying because hockey goalie guy yelled at you the night before, and waits for you in the doorway to ask you, how was your weekend? What did you do? And before you even actually open your mouth to answer, they start rattling off all the stupid shit that they did over the weekend when you never even asked them. They're like, how was your weekend? And you're like, I went to the ground round and I took my 4 kids on a walk and my dog crapped on my rug and I had to clean that up and my husband worked overtime. So we went to the movies and watched Magic Mike and partied. And then we Redbox like Bridesmaids and drank Appletinis. Or if they're like, 40 or 50 years old. I'm watching a Lifetime original starring Ashley Judd, in which the, main character gets raped, and she has a son, and she has to, protect the son from the rapist because the father's nowhere to be found. There's Lifetime in a nutshell. And you're just sitting there going, I thought you asked me how my weekend was, and B, get the fuck out of my doorway because I'm trying to, get ready to, do my job. And they're doing that, not only are they standing in your doorway, but the Socializer. They're doing, that split-legged stance where they have, the right arm on the door frame and the other arm's on their hip, and they're, cockeyed looking at you like they think they're, a model for, U.S. Universe or whatever. And they're the people that make the agonizing eye contact. I know eye contact is, a social thing that you're supposed to do, but, they don't get the social cue that when you start looking away and fidgeting with your coffee mug or checking to see if your fly's zipped up, that they should probably turn the hell around and leave because you're about to start doing whatever you're doing at your job. Instead, you're fidgeting, and you're thinking maybe if I pass gas, the person will leave. They don't pick it up. They just keep talking to you until you just want to backhand them. The worst variation of the Socializer, not only is it the person that doesn't pick up on the social cue to get the hell out of your room, but it's the person that progressively gets closer and closer to you as you try to ignore them. You know, Seinfeld calls this the close talker. I call this the I'm going to poke you in the eye if you get any closer to me person. It's like the socializer squared. They're the person that you ignore them, they get closer. And you ignore them and they get closer until you actually have to make eye contact with them because they're looking up your freaking nose. And it's like, what do you do? I mean, I don't even know why these kind of people think that everybody is their friend and not everybody cares about their lives. I mean, there's like the good socializer who actually does listen to you talk about yourself. But if you don't really care and you don't want to talk about yourself, then it's just awkward. And then they turn into the bad socializer because you have nothing to say, and then they start talking about themselves. Like, there's no getting rid of these people. No matter how many social cues you send them, looking away from them, scratching your balls, looking down the hallway away from them, sidestepping them, they will corner you like you're a gazelle on the African savannah because the socializers are the lions. They're the ones that just hunt people down for prey to sit there and yam your ear off until you just die. And you know it's coming. Monday morning, you're pulling into the parking lot, and you're like, crap, you know, there's Melissa, and I wonder which stairwell she's going to be blocking off now so she can talk to me about what she did over the weekend. And you're trying to, like, guess, is it the south stairwell? Is it the north stairwell? And, you know, you're picking up your coffee, and you're closing your car door, and you're locking it, and you're, like, looking up at the building, trying to see if there's, like, a shadow of Melissa the lion in the window so you can guesstimate which route you should slither around, which staircases and fire escapes you should take, climb through your window maybe, so you can get into your office or, you know, classroom without having to confront Melissa along the way, because you know she's the first person there at work. She gets in at the crack ass of dawn and waits and hides lurking for everybody else to come in, and everybody else is like pulling in all slowly and looking at the building. And they're like, Melissa. They got like a Melissa radar in their car that tries like infrared heat to pick up where she's going to be in the building. And you don't want to be the asshole. You don't want to be like, dude, I don't really care. I don't want to talk to you. I'm going to the office. I got to talk to the boss. You just have to listen to them and say nothing. Because the less you say, the quicker they will go away. Because remember, these are the people who are starved for attention, who live alone, and really the only social interaction they get is with their few friends, who are also people who are alone. As birds of a feather flock together, talking to you is like the highlight of their day. So really, it's a freaking honor. You should feel honored that these socializers want to share with you how awesome their lives are and how awesome and cool the things they do are, even though in reality it's mundane, boring, pathetic, stupid shit that normal people do when they have no lives in the first place. Except in reality, it feels like a curse that you're never gonna get over. Don't even get me started when you have one socializer talking to another socializer and you have to pass by them. Let me just tell you, this is probably worse than driving down an expressway with every single lane blocked with construction. Because like I said before, the socializer is the person that has to block every single route through because they want to stop everyone so they can listen to them talk about, like I said, their boring, mundane lives. So, like, they're doing this, like, YMCA thing, both hands on each side of the hallway, legs split, and the only way you can even get through them is if you try to, like, soccer slide through their legs with your paperwork or your portfolio, or even better, like, your MacBook that you just got from the office. This is how it goes down. It's like two socializers. Yeah, this weekend, my kid.
She's so cute. I love children. Look at my kids.
And my dog.
Is this your dog?
Yes. Isn't he the cutest little cutie wootie? Look how cute he is.
Yes, he's very cute.
Yes, he's cute. Yes, he's cute, 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 cute. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Okay.
Look at it. Look at that face. Come on. Look at that face. You look at him. Look at that face.
And my sister, and we went to the vacation, and then it starts just turning into blah, la, 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 like cafeteria in high school when there's like 1,000 people just talking at once, and all you hear is like, wah, 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 when you hit your ears, and you're like, excuse me, and they don't even look at you, and they don't even move out of your way, and you're like, excuse me, and then finally you just say, fuck it, and you just try to like sidestep underneath their armpit, like straddling with your, like, you know, belly against the wall, like trying to like limbo underneath them, and they don't even look at you, but they're like talking to you anyway, and you say it even louder for emphasis, and then you of course have to do the third excuse me, but just like, excuse me, because by now you're just so pissed off, people are in your way, A, and B, you're wondering how they're even getting paid. You've seen them, this is like the 20th time you've seen them in the hallway just gabbing about nothing, and you're like, how are these people getting paid? They've been here for 4 hours, and they've been out in the hallway 20 times talking about whatever, their lives on the west side of whatever city they happen to live on. This, my fellow sheep, is when you have to make the decision. You can either be A, the asshole, and say, excuse me, for like the 4th time, duck under their arms while they glare at you while you walk away and wait, actually do your job. Or B, you can be the personable person who saves their own grace by uttering a few words as you walk by them. That's like the password. They're like the trolls of the hallway, the cubicle, the water cooler, whatever. You have to say a few words to show you're interested in whatever the hell they're talking about, just so you can go on and keep doing your fucking job. They could be talking about dealing meth later on, or how they're gonna go murder somebody, and you have to be like, yeah, 9-inch shiv, yeah, aluminum foil, I got ya. And they will graciously move out of your way like you just paid the toll booth at a casino, or the parking booth. Or, like I said, you can be the dick, the asshole, the bitch, whatever, and do your job like you're supposed to do, and duck under them. But then from then on, you will always be hated, always be ignored, and then you will become the lonely person who will have to turn into the socializer. So follow my advice, fellow sheep, so you can have a comfortable workplace environment and succeed at doing your job and doing 4 times more work than the people who are standing around in the hallways and getting paid the same as you and doing absolutely nothing. This is another take of Laramay's Laugh, and out. This episode of Laramay's Laugh has been brought to you by Subway Eat Fresh, Admiral Nelson Rum, Diet Coke, and Amino Acid 1000 from Vitamin World. Thank you, and have a good night.